Guys, and welcome to the annual Mario Kart tournament here at Algonquin College's television broadcasting studios. I'm your host, Bailey Bevan, and today we got a lot to bring you guys, starting off with the rules and sets for today's tournament. Every player is allowed one character, must be a standard kart. If there is an in-between players, a coin flip will... What the fuck does that say? I mean... Okay, so anyways, there's 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds will be an elimination series between 2 riders. Heading on into the final round, there will be a race between 4. Heading on now, we'll hand this over to our commentators, Russell and Adrian, to give us more in-depth analysis. Handing it over to them now.
Hey guys, I'm Adrian Tishy. I'm going to be your play-by-play commentator today. This is my co-commentator, my color commentator, Russell Silverson. We are super excited today for our event. We've got a great tournament coming up, some brilliant contestants if you'd like to run us through them.
Yeah, we got 8 contestants here today, all Algonquin College television broadcasting students. We've got Chris, Lucas, James, Braden, Amir, Owen, Brett, and Age. It looks to be an absolutely exhilarating day here. Our first matchup today is going to be Chris against Lucas. So it's going to be Waluigi versus Iggy. I think it's going to be a great matchup here. These are 2 good friends. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I was talking with Chris before. He's excited to play. Lucas is excited to play. I think everyone in general is really excited to play, but I think these 2 bring an extra level of excitement to this match. They're just 2 happy-go-lucky guys.
Absolutely, and it sounds like Lucas is pretty confident going into this tournament. I think he really likes his chances going into the tournament as a whole, not just against the first round, but overall. So I think we'll see how correct he is about that. It'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, you saw it in the practice room before. Lucas maybe getting a bit of better of him in the practice room, but that's just a practice round. Anything can happen. It's only a 1-lap race, right? So you're going to have to watch one race. It's one race to 3 laps. Excuse me. So you're really going to have to see here how it's a lot of luck based because you only got 1 chance. If you screw it up, you're eliminated right off the bat, right? So you got to be really close. Get a little luck on your side and hopefully don't get hit by a blue shell.
Yep, definitely, and that's a really good point to make. There's always going to be items in this match. In every single race, we're going to have all the computer players, and we're going to have them using items as well, of course. And so, you never know when a bolt of lightning is going to come down and strike everyone, when you're going to get hit by a blue shell, a red shell, a green shell, whatever it may be. There's a lot of unpredictable elements to this race, and it's going to be really interesting to see. We'll see the 2 drivers, of course, battling between themselves, but of course, they'll be battling with the computer players as well. It'll be really, really interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, and I think now let's hand it down over to Bailey with the interview with the first contestant, Chris Hamilton.
So we're here with Chris, and Chris, I saw you during the show, during the pregame show earlier before. You were grinding it out, you were battling. I saw you doing a couple of Grand Prix there before. What's the confidence like heading into this first race against Lucas?
Oh, pretty confident. Got a nice little warm-up, stretch the old muscles, and, Lucas, watch out. I'm going to get you.
You're going to get you. Can you dish a little more trash talk to your competition here before heading into your next race?
Well, I'll try my best, but, Lucas and I are buddies, so I don't want to hit too deep, but, all I can say is watch out,
So if there's anything that you've analyzed about your competitor here heading into the first race, what has it been, and what do you think, and what tactics can you bring to your game which could really help you in pulling through with the victory today?
Well, I noticed he's pretty nimble with his fingers, so I gotta watch out because he can get them drifts really good. So I just gotta try and get some of them speed boosts as much as I can, just to help even out the playing field.
Oh, so you're saying he likes it tight, like in those corners? He likes it tight in the corners. He's a really good drifter, really nimble with the fingers. He's able to keep it tight while coming out of corners, right?
More or less, yeah.
More or less. All right, agree 100%. So we'll hand it off to the commentators here, but good luck on your first race, sir, and we'll talk to you later. Take care. Thank you very much.
Very interesting interview there. I think Chris, he seems to favor his chances. He doesn't want to trash talk Lucas too much. As he said, both of them good friends. They really don't want to get on each other's nerves too much. So I think we'll see a very competitive but a very friendly match here. I'm sure they'll go all out in the race. They will try to beat each other, but I don't think there will be any hard feelings, and that's always a really good thing to hear.
Yeah, it's good. Chris is a guy who brings he's a very respectful guy, super nice guy. Everyone wants to work with him. Everyone wants to play against him. So it'll be really interesting to see 2 friendly guys go at each other in the first race.
Yep, I had the pleasure of being Chris's roommate last year. Brilliant guy being a roommate. We'll see if he's a brilliant competitor as well.
Yeah, so now let's go down to the next interview with Bailey with Lucas this time.
Lucas, it's great to be here with you. We were just talking to Chris earlier, and he was telling me a little bit of tactics and a little bit of analyzation a little bit before heading into the first event, what it's going to be like playing off against you. And he says you're a freak in the corners. You like it tight. You come out really strong. You're pretty good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep your.
I don't know about all that. Honestly, I just want to play Mario Kart. I just want to play Mario Kart, play my best, do my best. I think I'm a strong competitor. And Chris, that's my homie. So it's going to be fun. And I think regardless of who wins, it's going to be a great race.
So he dished up a little bit of trash talk before heading into this interview here. Do you have anything you'd like to say to him before heading into the first race?
Best of luck.
Super. Thank you very much. Good luck.
So, pretty interesting interview there. Lucas seems pretty happy. He doesn't want to upset Chris, of course. He called them homies. And I think it's going to be a really interesting race, I have to say, Russell.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a lot of over-the-top, in-your-face kind of action. You can tell these are two really respectful guys who really appreciate each other and really appreciate their love of the game. I think these are just two guys who are just excited to play some Mario Kart here today, as I said in the interview.
Absolutely. I would be excited in their position as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we're almost ready to go. We're just waiting for a couple more seconds, but I have to say, this is going to be a really, really exciting first race. Chris and Lucas, very hard hitters. And Waluigi, Iggy, both great characters. Seems like we're going to be at the Yoshi circuit today, so this is going to be very, very interesting.
You know, that's a nice light course here. It's nice and easy, going right at it. Let's see how they perform.
The lights are out and we are racing. It is a good start for Lucas there with Iggy. He's already up to 5th position, sliding into 2nd already. Chris has a good start too, getting into 3rd, but that is really, really strong from Lucas.
You know, good starts right off the bat for both these racers. 2nd and 4th, you know, great start right off the bat. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yep, Lucas already challenging Yoshi for the lead. He's in 2nd. He's going to go round the outside. That's going to switch to the inside. It's a sweet switch back there. He's got a green shell. Let's see. Chris gets a piranha plant, so that's already him up to 4th. We'll see if he can make his way up to 3rd. As you can see, some natural piranha plants off to the side of the tracks there. Some natural hazards for the drivers.
And a little bit of difficulty for him. You see him kind of going on a bit of that grass all the time. He's lost a little bit of speed here, and it's allowed Lucas to propel a little ahead here back in 1st place.
Yep, there's a banana shell used up for Lucas, who gets hit by a green shell. He's down to 3rd. The next man behind him is Chris, so he needs to make sure he's not overtaken. Back up to 2nd quickly with some smart drifting, and they've get hit by the ink, so it's going to be very difficult to see where they're going here. We'll see how the drivers manage that. We see a bomb-bomb for Chris. It goes off, and he's up to 3rd. He's into 2nd almost. No, actually, he falls down to 5th. And Lucas, sitting in 4th now, tries to regain some speed after a little bit of a mistake. We see Chris slide through there for a moment. The two drivers incredibly close together on track. A quick left-right here. We'll see how that goes. Chris jumps ahead, but he gets hit by a green shell.
And that looks devastating there. He's all the way down to 5th and 6th now, but really close between these two racers here. It's going to be a tight. It's going to come down to the last lap for sure.
Oh, as Lucas gets hit by a piranha plant. Let's see, is this Chris's opportunity? No, he gets hit by it as well. Lucas up to 5th. He's going to be challenging. I think that's Isabel there ahead of him on track. We'll see if he can make the position. A great slipstream there. Gets the boost, uses the sound box, and he's up to 2nd already ahead of Luigi. Chris making up some ground as well, though, hitting Toadette with a green shell.
And, you know, it's what a game we've seen before. These guys up to 1st and 2nd, and then dropping all the way down to 8th and 9th, and now Lucas really pulling away with this one. Chris is going to need to really make up some ground here in this final lap.
Yep, but items will come into play. We'll see if Chris can get any good items back in 8th. Lucas takes the lead for now, though. We'll see if his Iggy Kart is the right way to go. Was Iggy the right character to pick? We will see. We are coming to the end of the final lap here. He's going to get hit by a piranha plant again, though. He loses a couple positions down to 3rd. Chris is speeding along. He's got a mushroom. He's in 7th. But Lucas in 1st. We come up to the final couple of corners now.
And, you know, Chris having really difficulty hitting his drifts here, and it's why he's not in the position he wants to be. He's got to hit those drifts. It's what's holding him back right now.
It's the final corner, and Lucas is going to come across the line. He is the winner of our first round, not just over Chris, but over all the AI as well. Chris down in 8th with Waluigi.
And that's not the race you want to have if you're Chris Hamilton. just struggling to hit his drifts, grading on the grass, not really able to maintain a lot of speed and just keep it going here. But all heart and all class from these guys as they hug it out here in front and shake hands. And that's what we talk about here. Great sportsmanship from both these racers.
Yep, that's victory for Lucas in round 1. That's really excellent for him. Really great news for him. He will advance to round 2 and face the winner between Braden and James's game later. But for now, Chris, how unfortunate that he's out, but I think we have an interview ready for Lucas.
Lucas, what an exceptional game you played against Chris there. You saw through. You got Mario Karted a couple times up in the higher positions. I saw you down at 5th at one point. You got Piranha planted twice. You dropped down a little bit in the polls, but you were able to climb your way back up. And obviously, you beat Chris with a first-place finish. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. Sorry to take my friend out like that, but honestly, I feel like I could play better. Those Piranha plants ate me so much. But I just can't wait to play again. I just get another opportunity to move up the bracket.
Now you get to move on to the second round. You get the chance to either play against Braden or James. Which one of those two competitors would you like to face off against in the second round? Ones that you feel like you could really pull through against.
I'd like to play against Braden just to beat him.
Just to beat him? Was there a little bit of feud? There's a little bit of rivalry there?
I just hate him.
You just hate him?
I hate him. He's the worst.
All right. So you hate him. He's the worst. Well, we hope to see you in round 2, and good luck to you, good sir, and what a spectacular race. Thank you very much. We're gonna hand this back off to the
So, Braden. Braden is the man Lucas wants to face in the next round. Of course, it'll be Braden and James, Shy Guy and Koopa Troopa there. Koopa Troopa for Braden, Shy Guy for James. We'll see how that goes. That'll be a very interesting matchup for sure. I think those two very good friends. You've had some good comments on them.
Oh, yeah, they were great friends. You know, they were super professional throughout the whole race. And, you know, Lucas, you know, super friendly with Chris, but then, you know, talk about Brady. He goes, I want to beat him. I want to take him down. So, you know, I like a little competitiveness. I like a little bit of feistiness, and I'm really excited to potentially see a Braden versus Lucas matchup. And I'm really excited for this James-Braden matchup. I think it's going to be the best matchup we're going to see at the first round, and it's only the second race.
Yeah, I think it'll be really, really interesting to see James and Braden together. I think they play Minecraft together a lot. They play a lot of games together a lot, and I think they'll have a very, very interesting time together. We'll get to see another friendship in the second race now. It'll be really, really interesting to see, and I think, you know, what better could you ask for than two friends racing in the first 2 rounds?
You know, we saw between Lucas and Chris, 2 good friends, all sports and all class go into it. So I'm really curious to see how Braden and James go into it. I know when I was talking to them before, they found out that they were playing against each other, and they were not excited. They're like, I can't believe I'm playing my best friend in the first round. So I wonder if they go into it with a bit more of like a competitive aspect, or take the Chris and Lucas approach and go really friendly with it.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. Neither of them wants to cut each other out, but we've got an interview up now.
James, it's great here to be alongside of you today. Now, you're facing off against Braden in the opening round of this Mario Kart tournament here, and I've heard by the commentators earlier on that he's one of your friends, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And he's one of your close friends.
Yeah,
Yeah?
but he's not going to be close by me in the race, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So you're already starting to dish a little bit of trash onto your competitor here early on. The race hasn't even started, but what have you analyzed so far from your competitor that you really feel you're going to carry into your game into a likely success potentially?
I think he's kind of inconsistent. I think there's some tracks where he will have the upper hand, but there's also some that he'll struggle with. So I think I can be a bit more consistent, have a bit more flexibility on tracks, and just have a better shot of winning this one.
And you're going to show absolutely zero mercy for Braden today, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm here to win, so got to beat Braden at some point. So
I agree with you 100%, sir, and the best of luck to you moving forward. Good luck, and I'm glad to see what comes of it.
thank you.
Take care.
I'm a little nervous. I won't
You're a
lie.
little nervous?
Yeah, my palms are sweaty. I'm getting jitters.
I was just talking to James, and he was talking about the friendship that you guys have, and said he was going to show absolutely zero mercy to you in the first and opening round of this Mario Kart tournament here. What do you want to bring to your game, and what strategies do you want to use to really pull through against your opponent today?
Ooh, Mario Kart strategies? I think I'm just gonna have to hit those tight corners. You know, you have to drift, hit
Tighten
the
the
tricks.
corners.
Yeah, hit the tricks on the off of the jumps, and hope I get lucky with those items. Really, maybe if I'm lucky, James will get dogged by the CPUs. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, thank you very much, Braden, and best of luck to you moving forward in the tournament. We're going to hand this back off to the commentators, but thank you very much, and best of luck to you, riders. Take care, good sir.
Thanks.
So it looks like it's going to be a really interesting matchup here. James thinks he could have the edge just based on inconsistency for Braden, but Braden, we'll see. We'll see how he does, honestly. It'll be very, very interesting to see.
And James mentioned he says he's more consistent on the tracks than Braden, but I kind of wonder if Braden gets a track that he really likes, if he can pull away with it. If Braden does get a track he really likes, I think James might be able to keep up. But if James gets a track that Braden doesn't like, I think James might be able to pull away with it just due to his consistency, as you mentioned before. We saw it in the practice too, really consistent on all the tracks on this course.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Braden, we'll see. I'm really interested to know what kind of tracks Braden excels on. Are they maybe tracks that have more airtime, tracks that are more sort of like your standard kind of real-life racing circuit? It's really interesting to know. We'll get to see, surely, when we get a track selected here. We'll see whether or not Braden does well, and then maybe we'll be able to judge what he's better at, what he's worse at. And, based off that, if he can win, we might even be able to infer how well he might do in future rounds based on what track is selected for that. As we seem to have our track, it is Wario Stadium.
I know this is a difficult track, a lot of fireballs, a lot of chance to get knocked off here. So we'll see if James' consistency can get him through this race, or if this is a track that Braden really tends to enjoy.
The red lights are up. Lights are out, and we are racing here at the Wario Stadium. It's a good start for Braden as Koopa Troopa. He gets away well, but it's an even better start initially for James, but Braden gets through again. Now he's in second. It's James in fourth. We'll see how this goes between the two. They're very close together currently. First and second, you can see on James's side of the screen, you can see Braden right in front of them. Hit by a fireball, I think, possibly for one of them there. Hit by a red shell. That is down to third for Braden.
And just like we saw with Chris and Lucas, very close right off the bat. We'll see if that can stick here. Braden, you hear the sigh. He's starting to fall here a little bit, but he's coming back up again.
Yep, it's a very, very good opening lap for James. Granted, the lap not over yet, but he's collected 10 coins already, and he is running away with it at the moment as Shy Guy. He completes his first lap with a dominant lead over Braden, who gets hit by another shell there, I believe. Down to fifth for the Koopa Troopa driver. Up to fourth for a moment. We'll see if he can get up into third even. Then he'll be able to look at second, and then he'll be able to look at getting James.
And good on James. He's really held this first place position down for a little while now here, and we didn't really see that with the last race. Chris and Lucas getting bounced around a lot up and down the standings, but James holding firm in that first place.
Absolutely no mercy from James, but he gets hit by a red shell. He's down to second, down to third now. So the driver behind him is Braden. The two of them right back close together on track. You can see James just ahead of Braden there on his screen, second and third at the moment. Throws a red shell, does James, up into first, but that puts Braden into second. He gets hit by another red shell, and Braden takes the lead come the end of lap 2.
And I mentioned how this game could potentially be the best matchup we see in the first round, and it has not disappointed so far.
Absolutely, a green shell in the hands of Braden, a red shell in the hands of James. He's got to get past that AI. He does, but he gets hit by a red shell himself. He's down to fourth suddenly. Braden in first, showing no mercy at this stage in the race. It is the final lap. This is where things really matter. This is where they get shaken up, and we are seeing that already.
And James just struggling, getting hit with so many shells here, not really getting a chance to get at a speed and just set and just go away with it. And he's just falling down the standings.
Yep, and that is another hit for, there's a blue shell coming. We're in the last corner of the race. There's a blue shell. Braden is hit by the blue shell and a red shell, but he is okay. He's going to maintain first even. What a lead he must have had for that, and he takes the victory. It is victory for Braden, sixth place for James. Braden will move on to the next round.
And, James led for a good majority of this race, but then Braden, just kind of able to pull away here, and James got hit by a lot of shells, and he wasn't able to get to a certain speed, and just keep going at it. Braden eventually got hit with that blue shell, but it didn't matter. He had a big enough lead and was able to pull away with this one.
Yeah, let me tell you, when that blue shell came up, I got worried. But you know what? Braden managed it brilliantly. He already had the lead. It was really good. And I think we've got an interview with our winner at the moment.
What a spectacular race, Braden. You really pulled through that coming in towards the end of that first lap there. It was really tight. You saw that. But heading out into the second is when things really started to separate. You pulled through in the standings. You came out. You had a spectacular race. You got blue shelled towards the end of the third, and you were scared you were going to give up the first place lead a little bit. But you were able to pull through. Red shelled. That little shield there was able to hold on. And then you finished the race in first. So a spectacular race coming from you. And how does it feel to beat your friend James?
Honestly, it feels a little bad. I was really expecting James to win. I got super lucky that the computers just targeted him the whole time and hit him with as many shells, allowing me to take first. To be honest, though, if James were to pull out ahead of me, I would not be upset about that. Yeah.
But you get to keep on your tenure here in this Mario Kart tournament, and it's going to feel good. And for you, you're going to face off against Lucas heading into that second round, right? So the chance to pull through to the finals, you're only one win away from that chance at gold, right? So you got to keep it up. You got to keep going. But you had yourself a spectacular race, and thank you very much, good sir. We'll look to see more from you later. We're going to hand this back off to the commentators.
So really interesting to hear there from Braden. He doesn't feel good about that win. He feels really bad for knocking his friend out of the tournament. You questioned beforehand how the drivers were going to feel about knocking each other out of the tournament, and there's your answer. Braden feels bad about it.
And I think we're going to see a lot of this for this tournament. These are all people in the television broadcasting program. They're all good friends. They've worked together. They play video games together in class, as we just saw. And, it doesn't surprise me at all that Braden feels bad. We saw the same sportsmanship between Chris and Lucas in the opening race. We're seeing it again here now, and I expect that to continue as we go on here. But now we got two racers who are maybe not as close to each other as the first two set of contestants, Brett and Ege. This is another race I'm really excited for.
Yeah, I agree. Both of them strike me as people who are very good. We will have our interview with the first of them, Brett.
So I'm here with my good buddy, Brett. Brett, this is a very unlikely race, all right? I'm going to be honest right from the bat here. You, Ege.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain your guys' relationship a little bit in class?
Ege has always been that guy that I've been jealous of. He's so handsome, and I've always wanted to look like him. He's just a great guy. He's always nice. He's always funny. I'd hate to kick him out of the race. So, I want a good, clean race with Ege. Me and him are gonna have a great time. I hope it goes well for him, but it's gonna go better for me. So that's all.
So you're starting to throw out a little bit of trash talk here in the opening, but you got a lot to prove here, Brett. And there's one thing I've learned is that you're a guy who's really able to pull through a trash talk and beat your opponents at the end of the day, right? So is this like maybe a little bit of a confidence booster for you? Build your ego a little bit heading into that race?
No, my ego's too high. I need to be humbled, actually. So I'm hoping he wins. Because if he doesn't, I'm winning gold.
All right, super. Thank you very much, Brett. We'll see you later. All right, good sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Now, another personal great of mine here, Ege. It's nice to have you up here playing off against Brett here in your opening round. And he talked about you guys' relationship a little bit earlier, right? He was telling me you guys are close. He's jealous of you. He admires you. He thinks you're a handsome man. But to me, I think that's completely irrelevant heading into this tournament. What would you like to say to your opponent before you head into the opening race against him?
I mean, I just saw him. He's pretty confident. I'm not as confident. I have not been playing this game for years, so we will see. I will try my best, but yeah, I'm not too hopeful. Let's see.
He says he hopes you win, but at the same time, he hopes that he wins, and he says he has to humble himself, and he says that his ego is way too high. Do you plan on taking down his ego a little bit here?
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal?
We will try, so we will see.
Okay. I believe in you, good sir. Best of luck. Good luck to you drivers, and we'll catch you guys later, and we'll hand this back over to the commentators for the race.
Really exciting matchup here, Russell. I have to say, Brett and Ege, Brett very, very complimenting of Ege before there in his interview. Ege also pretty happy with Brett. We'll see how this goes. I am interested to see the dynamic between them while they race. Of course, we do have each of them in their characters if you'd like to tell us who they are.
Yeah, we got Brett playing as the Ink Girl and Ege playing as Yoshi. Yoshi, one of the best characters in the game, so I kind of wonder if that's going to maybe propel him over a little bit more compared to a character like the Ink Girl. But I'm really excited for this. I wasn't expecting the amount of compliments that Brett gave to Ege. They're not as close as I thought they were, but apparently, Brett's got a lot of nice things to say about Ege, and Ege was, likewise, he's pretty humble. They're just two really humble players. We're not really going to see a lot of guys at each other's throats, right? This is, a nice friendly tournament. All these guys they know each other, and if they don't, they're really good friends. So I think it's going to be another great race. I mean, all these races are going to be great.
Of course, yeah, it's Mario Kart. You always get good racing in Mario Kart, no matter what. And we have our next track. It is Moo Moo Meadows.
You know, this is a fairly simple track here, but it's maybe come down to the skill of these racers that might help you propel, whether the rest having to deal with the track, knocking you off and things like that.
There's a lot of grass on this track. It'll be important to avoid that. We have our race ready. The red lights are there. We have 3 red lights. It's lights out, and we are racing at Moo Moo Meadows. It is a good start for Ege. He's up to second already. Comparatively, Brett all the way down in 8th. Not the start he wanted. And it's a good boost from the drift there for Ege. Up into second, looking to challenge for first. He takes first, but he can't quite keep it ahead of DK. Gets a good slipstream, and he's up into first properly now.
And I kind of wonder if that start from Brett was intentional. He's a really good racer. I kind of wonder if he wants to stay back, get those good power-ups, and work his way towards the end of the race to get first. Because if you get first right off the bat, you're going to get hit with a lot of more powerful power-ups, right?
Yeah, and that's a very good thought, Russell. Currently, Brett sits in 3rd, but he's hit by a red shell. Will drop down a couple positions, all the way down to 5th from that, while Ege leads in 1st. You have to wonder, maybe he's trying to get better power-ups, but this seems a little bit far back for Brett. Could he just be struggling in this round? Could this be Ege's race to win? Yoshi, you said a great character. We'll see if that pays off.
And we saw Brett in the warm-ups here, and he was just phenomenal. He really impressed everyone, his fellow racers, us included. But, this one, maybe just on his race, he's getting hit a lot of unexpectedly. You kind of see his reactions here. I don't think this is the race that he anticipated.
Yeah, he just got sniped by a green shell there. He's got a red shell. He's going to use it, and he's got 3 mushrooms now. But Ege starting his final lap already. Look how far back Brett is. This is pure dominance from Ege. The only thing I can see stopping him now is a blue shell, maybe some lightning added in there, but a blue shell is the big thing actually as he hits a cow. Just going through these Moo Moo Meadows, there's a lot of moo-mooing cows in the way.
And Brett's starting to make some pace up here. He's only in 4th, and he's got a piranha. He could maybe snatch Ege away, but he's got to make up some ground really fast.
Yep, only in 3rd. He's still got 1 car between him and Ege. Ege can't really see right now because of the ink, but he's managed it perfectly. He comes across the line, and it's victory by miles for Ege. What a drive. The man using Yoshi dominates.
And Brett said he needed to be humbled, and well, he was definitely humbled here today. A dominant win by Ege. You look at the track in the middle there, you just saw how much farther ahead Ege was, and it was just phenomenal. It just right off the bat, got the start he wanted, went ahead. Don't know if it was Brett's strategy to start off that way, but if it was, it didn't work out for him in the end.
No, not at all. And I think we do have an interview now ready with Ege, our winner.
Ege, I can't begin to express how proud I am of you for humbling Brett out there before. You had yourself a very competitive race. It was back and forth, neck and neck the whole way through. You pulled out with the 1st place podium finish, Brett with the 2nd here, but you humbled him, and he said he needed to be humbled. He came in, ego was way, way, way too high, especially against you. He said he was going to destroy you, but he said he hoped you win, and at the end of the day, you fulfilled his dream and wishes of you winning. What do you have to say about yourself and your performance against Brett today?
I mean, my heart is still beating, but maybe you gotta be more careful about your words when talking to a Mario Kart V player and an OG one. So even though it's been years, maybe I still got some tricks in my bag. So you never know, right? We will see. I will try to go to the finals in the salting. We will try.
What are your last words for Brett here before you head off of the big stage, before you head on to that 2nd round?
I mean, he's definitely a deserving finalist. I would say he would go all the way to finals if it was not me. I'm not saying I'm going to the finals.
But you're better than him.
No, it all depends on the maps too, right? This was an OG Mario Kart V map, so I knew it. I memorized it, right? So I had it memorized. I mean, but yeah, I got lucky. It was a close race too. He was 2nd, so it could have gone anywhere. But yeah, I prevailed.
Well, thank you very much, good sir. Good luck, and what a great race you had off against Brett there. We're excited to see more of you coming soon.
Thank you so much.
Take care, good sir.
A truly dominant show there from Ege. He was really just putting in the work, absolutely dominant. We saw lots of position changes in both of the previous races, but Ege just never let Brett even get close to him.
And Ege mentioned it too, he's an original Wii player. He said he had that map memorized, and I think that might have been the deciding factor here. He never really got hit much. He never really struggled at any point in that race, and I think his knowledge of playing that on the original Wii game just propelled him to victory in that one.
Yeah, I think he knew that track like the back of his hand, and I think we have an interview as well.
Amir, it's great to be here with you today, and you're heading out into the opening round of your Mario Kart tournament against my man, Owen Collins. What do you have to prove today, and what do you think you could bring to today's game that will really drive you all the way to the finals?
Honestly, man, to be really honest, I'm just here to have fun. I came in for a friendly competition. I personally haven't played this game in a really long time, but I did watch some YouTube videos last night, kind of try to like get into the mindset. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I probably gonna lose, but it's okay. I'm here to have fun.
Well, you know what? That's the best point, is you're here to have fun. You're going to go out there. You're going to have fun. It doesn't matter where you finish at the end of the day, but I'm going to give you one task and one task only. It's to humble my man, Owen Collins, okay? You need to drop him down off the pedestal, and you need to beat him in today's game.
Hopefully.
I'm not picking any bias here. I'm just saying you're going to go out. You're going to have yourself a good tournament, but you got a lot to prove today against Owen Collins.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, good sir, and have yourself a great race. Here with my man's Owen Collins, who I wasn't talking trash about earlier. You're a good guy, sir. What do you think? What's the confidence like heading out in today's game against Amir?
I think me and Amir are both kind of rookies at this game. I think we're going in kind of blind. He did some research, I did some research, but ultimately we're beginners, and yeah.
Okay, so his ego was a little bit too high heading into this race, and you need to drop it down just a little bit, just a tad. But I feel like you got the style to do that, right? Talked to a couple of guys earlier. They said you like to keep it tight in the corners. You're good with your drifts, and you're good at angling right along those tracks. So if you're able to keep up that pace heading into today's game, surely you'll be able to pull through in the victory, and you'll find yourself in the second round, right?
I mean, I hope so. I'm not sure about all that tight in the corners thing you're talking about. I'm also not sure about the ego thing you're talking about. I just know that, we're coming here. We're going to have a good race,
I heard something about tight and ego before. Anyways, have yourself a good race, sir, and I'll talk to you later, all right? Best of luck, racers. We'll have this back off over to the commentators.
So Owen and Amir, both sort of rookies at this game. They're saying, been a long time since Amir has played Mario Kart. Big Mario Kart Wii player from the sounds of it, but neither of them really having played in a little while. This will be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more interesting ones, maybe not in terms of like hype and you're thinking, expecting really a maybe tight, close race, but it's the most interesting in terms of I don't really know what to expect in this one. They're guys who haven't played in a while, don't know a lot. They've both done a little bit of research, but I think this race is going to be very intriguing just because of the fact that we have no clue what to expect.
Yep, the others we could go into it with expectations. We saw, Lucas practicing. Oh, he looked good. We knew James and Braden had played a lot together. We figured they might be close together. But, Amir and Owen, we really don't know how they're going to do. It's going to be the most unpredictable race yet, I think, and we are almost ready for it, in fact.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. These are two of my good friends, and I think it's going to be another great race, and we have another one on the Yoshi circuit, too.
So we already know this circuit. We'll see how it goes this time with Amir and Owen.
And this is a track that really plagued Chris Hamilton. He had really difficulty just angling, getting on that track. He got a lot on the grass line. He ended up getting by a lot of piranhas, and that's what lost in the race. And I wonder if, as two, rookie drivers, if this is going to affect them a lot.
Yep, neither of them getting the greatest of starts, 12th and 6th as it stands. Owen looking a little bit better as Toad, and Mario is Amir. Good start now, getting up some positions, up to 4th. Toad is in 3rd. That is Owen, of course. Owen sitting in 3rd. He's doing solid. He's going to look to try and catch up a little bit. Trouble keeping to the inside line there for both of them. Amir doing a little bit better keeping to the inside now, though.
And, really close off the start. None of them really got that speed boost right off the bat. But now you look at it here. Owen keeping ahead of Amir for most of the round, but Amir not far behind.
Yep, we're still on the first lap here, and look at that. Amir goes for an overtake on Owen. Can't quite pull it off, but you saw the contact there. Mario hitting Toad, that is Owen hitting Amir, and the two of them coming together. We will see if that will happen again. It looks like that's Amir through on Owen after Owen gets hit by a shell. Owen down to 5th, but he's going to reclaim the position. Now he's in 5th, while Amir drops down to 6th. Let's see how this goes through turn 1 on lap 2. How is it going to go between these two? A green shell used for Owen. That was very, very well used. Good aim. And Amir gets hit by a separate green shell.
And we've seen a lot of contact in this race so far, and I think that's just part of being, two rookie racers that are maybe a little bit unexperienced and don't know the track as well as they should.
Yep, and that's a strike of lightning against the two of them. You'll see the drivers further back will become big again earlier. So we see Amir big again. Now Owen gets his size back, and he's up into first already with that, crushing two of his opponents literally under his wheels. Up into first, while Amir sits in sixth. We are coming towards the close of the second lap of the race. Amir could get some good items from here. He's not far off the back of some other drivers. He's up into fifth even, but Owen sits in second. He's going to look to see if he can claim the lead pretty soon.
And what a great position for Owen to be here. He's in second place as he goes into this final lap. Amir, he's only in fifth, so he's got to make up a lot of ground here, and he's got to stop getting hit. Both of them are getting hit a lot, but Amir is just getting tackled left, right, and center.
Absolutely. It has been an absolute demolition derby for him as he gets hit by a bullet bill flying through there. Amir down to seventh, trying to use his boomerang. Not to much avail at the moment as Owen is in the lead now. We've got about half a lap left, and he is running really well. Down into second, that looked like Bowser maybe sliding through there. We'll see, can Owen avoid getting hit by any piranha plants through this difficult section? Amir will be going through it in just a moment. He sits in eighth at the moment.
And you know, Owen just continued to dominate here, and he's been playing it smart, not drifting on every corner, trying to avoid contact with the grass and the piranha plants, and it's paying off for him big here. He's in second place as he's about to close off this lap.
Yep, he is coming around the final corner. He's in third, but that is first among our two players. That is a victory for Owen. It is seventh place as it stands, eighth place for Amir as he gets hit by a piranha plant right before the line.
And I think this is just a great display overall of Owen. You know, he knew he didn't know the track coming in. He knew he wasn't experienced. He doesn't have a lot of maybe the knowledge and skill that he wanted to have going this one, but he played it safe and he played it smart, and that's, I think, what propelled him to victory. Amir maybe just trying to do a little bit too much in this one.
Yeah, I think he played very carefully there, and I think that certainly Owen, like I said, he played really carefully. I think Amir maybe was trying to go too all out on that, and he was getting really hit. You're right. You said it yourself. He was getting hit left, right, and center during that race. But I think we have an interview just about ready with our winner, Owen Collins.
I'm here with Owen Collins, who just beat Amir in his opening round of this Mario Kart tournament here, and you get to advance on to the second round to face off against Ege Ozdal. So what are your thoughts after heading out of that last race, and what's the confidence like for you? You came in saying that you were a rookie. You guys were both rookies, but at the end of the day, you clearly look like the veteran heading out of that race. So what are your thoughts heading into the second round?
Well, you know, I think someone had to win, and that someone was going to win. Someone was going to look better than the other. I didn't think it would be me. You know, I think some of my knowledge from back in the day crept in. Wasn't my best race. I think I definitely overwent track limits a few times. You know, I would have got a FIA penalty in real life.
FIA penalty?
Yeah, but, you know, I made it work.
Okay, so I see 100%. You know, it was a little bit of a tight race in that opening round there, but you came out heading into the second lap. You kind of spread it out just a little bit. You pulled through higher in the polls. You were keeping that third, fourth position quite a little bit. And then heading out into the last, you were really able to pull through with it. We saw you touch second on the leaderboard at least once, and then you dropped down to third. I'm not too sure if you held that first position for as long as you did, but you came out, you were third at one point, and that's the position that you finished in. Still high up on the podium, right? But is the confidence high heading into that second round for you?
Definitely, I feel like when you take it, even if I didn't finish first, I finished high and I beat Amir. You get some confidence. I think Ege is gonna smoke me still, because you know he loves the game, or he just loves playing video games. I'm not as much as a gamer, but yeah, you know, I think I'll do all right.
Okay, I'm excited to see what comes from you, good sir, and best of luck heading into that second round. All right,
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
So very interesting to see there what Owen had to say. Some old knowledge creeping in. I think Owen saying the FIA would have penalized him. That's real life racing. That's good comment there to make. It is true. He was sort of extending track limits there, but in Mario Kart, there's no rules like that. It's just the fastest line wins. No track limits, none of that stuff. You're even allowed to throw shells at each other, banana peels, everything. There are effectively no rules in Mario Kart, and Owen utilized that really, really well.
Yeah, you know, I think just teaming up the round as a whole, a lot of these players haven't played Mario Kart in a while, but that old knowledge and maybe getting on a familiar track from, you know, Wii game, as we saw with a couple players, really helped propel them over another player in victory, and I think we're going to see that throughout this tournament.
Yeah, I'm curious to know who else in this tournament has played Mario Kart Wii, because certainly it has proved very powerful so far, it seems like, with Owen winning, of course, like you said, and Ege winning. Both of them old Mario Kart Wii players. I'm curious to see Braden and Lucas. Have either of them played Mario Kart Wii? And yeah, it's really hard to say how this next round is going to go. We are done the round of 8, the first round. Unfortunately, Chris, James, Amir and Brett are all done at the moment, but the other 4, they'll continue.
You absolutely annihilated him, and you had yourself a great round. But now heading out into the second, you're going to see the pressure's really starting to amount here. You're going to play off against Braden in just a couple moments. And what are your thoughts heading in, and what do you think you need to do to really pull through in this race to push your way to the finals?
I think Braden had insane performance in the second round, or in the first round, versus James. I think it's gonna be a tough match. I think this is the people's finals, as you could call it.
People's finals.
The people's finals. And I don't know. I just want to have fun still. I think this is like a fun thing to do, you know. Yeah.
So no competitive spirit whatsoever. It's all about coming in, having fun. Doesn't matter whether you win or lose. You're just coming out with a smile on your face, and that's all that matters to you.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Braden, cool guy, cool stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to see what comes of that second, but good luck to you, good sir, and my best wishes.
Thank you.
Take care. Braden, I'm not too sure what you just did there, and I'm not too sure if it was very camera appropriate, good sir. But we see you're starting to really apply the pressure here. You're starting to implement that trash talk just a little bit without even saying anything in general too, right? So I'm going to give you the floor here. What do you have to say to your opponent before heading out into this second race?
Well, you know, in the first round there, I was facing off against a friend, right, James, and this time I'm just facing off against like just a fiend. I don't even know.
A fiend?
Yeah,
What does that even mean, bro?
I don't even know myself.
You don't even know?
But I saw him play in the first round against Chris, and I won't lie, I'm a little nervous once again. But I think I could maybe pull through this time. I'm hoping though.
I believe in you, good sir.
Thank you.
Have yourself a great race. Good second round. We hope to see you in the finals. Take care. Handing this one back over to the commentators.
So we see the heat turning up here. Both of these drivers really excited for this second round. The People's Final, they called it. Definitely 2 good favorites to win the championship overall. We'll see which of them is going to come out on top in this round. Will the winner of this even become the winner of the tournament? It's really hard to say. James earlier said Braden is a bit inconsistent, so we'll see if this track suits him very well compared to Lucas. It's really hard to say, but it's going to be really interesting.
And you know, I think with the format that we're playing here, just it's one race. It's not a Grand Prix race. You have one chance. A lot of luck is involved in these races. I think we saw a lot of good races go early, just based on a luck thing. You know, a player gets a track he likes, and it's just battles in the first round. Whereas if you got a track you didn't like in the first race, you were able to, you know, maybe rebound in the second and third race. But you don't see that here. It's just all out, whatever you got, a little bit of luck involved.
Neo Bowser City. Sorry to cut you off there, but
no
Neo
worries.
Bowser City is up now. And this will be a really interesting race. It's concrete, but it is wet. We will see the 3 red lights are up, and we are racing here in Neo Bowser City. It's a good start for Lucas. He's the driver on your right. Braden is on the left. It's an even better start for a moment there. They are trading positions right now. You can see them second and third now, very, very close together as the Koopa Troopa of Braden sticks close behind Lucas, but he gets hit by a red shell.
And that's just devastating right off the bat. That's not what you want whatsoever. And he's down big.
Yep, it is a good start for Lucas, using that red shell, shooting it back at Braden, hits him perfectly. He's following the leader right now, but this is a very, very tricky circuit. You can fall off the edge of this map so easily, so you want to be real careful here.
And I remember playing on this track at my Nintendo 3DS days. I would fall off this track all the time. I'd get super irritated, and I'd never play on it. But these guys, they're pursuing this track super hard.
Absolutely. Probably one of my least favorite tracks back on 3DS because of how difficult it was. But these 2 drivers are managing it perfectly. Braden's sitting in third, right behind Lucas. He's biding his time. We'll see if he makes any moves on the third lap, but I wonder if he'll just sit behind for the rest of the second lap. Neither of them are in danger of a blue shell directly hitting them at the moment, but both of them are directly behind the leader, and there is an explosion when the blue shell hits the leader, so it's really hard to say, and this is the worst time for the Ink. Now they can't see where they're going, while it's incredibly easy to fall off the track.
And luckily for them, they will not fall off. That's just a clutch performance from both these racers, being able to not fall off the track while not even be able to see.
Yep, and Lucas falling down to 5th so far, while Braden takes the lead going on to the final lap. He has a red shell. He shoots it backwards to try and deflect a different red shell coming at him, and it appears to have worked. He maintains first position for the time being. Braden leads on the final lap, but there is a blue shell coming. And it hits Braden, but oh, another shell hits Lucas, so not much advantage to be gained there. And what has happened there? So much chaos. Oh, is Braden down to 5th, Lucas up to 2nd. The change in the final lap of the race, but another bit of contact there. They are neck and neck, and Braden takes the lead between the two of them for the time being, but not for long. A red shell puts Lucas back in front.
And both these players getting absolutely knocked down in the standings here. They were both 2nd and 3rd at the beginning of this match. Now they're just propelling lower and lower and coming back up again. It's going to come down to the wire in this one.
Last corner, which of the drivers will take it? They are 1st and 2nd in the race. They are right behind each other, and it's going to be Lucas who comes across the line winner in round 2. Braden can't quite clutch it in 4th position.
And shells were just a flying out on this course here, especially in that 3rd lap. So much contact, and you never really knew what was going to come next. I think this is the best race we've seen here today.
Undeniably. That was the craziest Mario Kart race I have seen in a long time. Forget this tournament. Just overall, that was one of the absolute most chaotic ones. And we do have an interview ready with our winner, Lucas.
We're here with the man, Lucas, and you just annihilated Braden, and that was probably one of the most entertaining Mario Kart 8 Deluxe races I've ever seen in my entire life, and that was the closest 3rd lap we've seen this entire tournament so far here. It was neck and neck. You guys were battling out as hard as you guys possibly could, but at the end of the day, you pulled through with the poles, you pulled through in the standings, and you won yourself the race, and now you get the chance to head on to the finals. What was going through your head, though, in that last lap?
Oh my God, I was just trying to recover from what was happening. I knew it was going to be a good game. I knew it was going to be a rough game. Like I said before the game, it was the people's finals. But yeah, no, that was just hectic at the end. And going into that last lap, I just knew I had to do perfect. I had to do my best.
Now, you said it was going to be a rough game. Did you like it rough?
No.
No, you didn't like it rough whatsoever?
No.
Okay. So heading out into the next couple of races, you don't want to make it as rough. You just want to soften it up just a little bit.
This is the finals, so it's not a couple of races. But yeah, I'm just excited for the finals. I just want to have fun, you know. I think it's going to be fun.
All right, good luck, Lucas.
Thank you so much.
And great race. Thank you very much.
Wow, very, very interesting there. Lucas, doesn't want quite as harsh of a last few rounds there. He might want a bit of a smoother run, maybe less items being thrown at him and his competitor. That was incredibly chaotic. I was having trouble keeping up with the action there. It was unbelievable.
They were just changing places all the time, back and forth. You never knew at one point. Sometimes you think in these races, a player gets in, you're like, okay, you kind of know where they're roughly going to finish. But they were so close at one point and just got hit back to back to back to back. And they were just going up and down in the standings, up and down. And you had no clue where it was going to finish. This is by far the best race we've seen so far.
Undoubtedly. I could have sworn I watched one go from 7th to 1st in the space of one straight. And on the last lap, no less. That was unbelievable. It came down to the last corner of the race. That is exactly what you want from this kind of competition, and it's exactly what they delivered with us. We have an interview ready for you now, though, with Ege.
We're here with my man Ege, who beat Brett in the opening round of your Mario Kart tournament. And now you're going to be facing off against Owen Collins, who finished a little higher up, but you finished the 1st place. He finished 3rd place. So what are your thoughts and what's your confidence like heading into this final round of your Mario Kart tournament?
I mean, can't underestimate Owen Collins because he's a Mario Kart V player like me. He used to play this game's older version. So we will see. I hope we get lucky. I get lucky with a map that I know, because otherwise it's going to be a trouble for me. But yeah, that's the wish.
There's a lot of respect for you Mario Kart Wii players, and why is this such a collective community?
It's one of the better, maybe the best for the community. I'm talking about the Mario Kart games in overall. Like, they prefer the game overall compared to other ones. But like, I think it's the one that's played the most too in the world, so it has a big influence like in the Mario Kart community, right? So I think that's why.
Well, super. Best of luck to you, good sir, and I wish you nothing but luck. We'll see you later on, and have yourself a good race.
Thanks so much.
Take care. What's going on, good sir? Well, you had yourself a spectacular last round against Amir, and You even went as far as to call yourself a rookie, and here you're playing against a guy who we might even consider a veteran. He's respected in his own league. He's one of the most top 5 dominant players in his respective league alone. So, what are your thoughts heading in, and what's your confidence like?
I just hope I do my best, honestly, because me and Ege, we're cut from the same cloth. We're both very competitive people. We're both experienced in Mario Kart Wii. So, I think it'll be a fun race. And if he wins, I'm happy for him.
Well, best of luck to you, good sir, and keep it hard, all right?
For sure.
All right, take care, man. We're going to hand this one back over to the commentators.
Really interesting to see there. I'm really, really curious how this is going to go. It is Ege versus Owen, and it's going to be super interesting. Bailey there saying that Ege is a very, very talented driver, one of the best out there possibly. And Ege commenting on the community, it's really interesting to see, Mario Kart, definitely a very communal game. So I think he's right about that. It is a very, very interesting community, a good community.
And 2 players saying that they love, raised off the Wii Mario Kart era, and what better way than have the both of them face off for a chance at the final?
Absolutely. Which of these drivers will make it into the final round? We do not yet know, but we have one race, one chance to decide. This will be a 3-lap race as per usual, this time at Wario's Gold Mine.
And this is another course with a lot of contact involved. You're going to have to watch over those mine carts. You're going to have to watch for falling off a little bit too, and don't get hit. And that's kind of been the storyline of this whole tournament so far. Don't get hit. The more you get hit, less chance you have of winning.
Absolutely. Let's see how this goes here. The 3 red lights are up. We are racing at Wario's Gold Mine. It is a good start for both drivers, up into 2nd and 3rd already. Only one computer player ahead of each of them. Yoshi versus Toad, 2 brilliant characters dueling it off. And there we go. That is Ege up into 2nd place, into 1st now, while Owen sits down in 4th, hits a banana peel. He drops down to 5th, while Ege leads away.
And you talk about a lot of contact here. Right off the bat, Owen Collins getting hit with a lot of different kind, bats, shells, whatnot, and he's way far down now. He's in 6th. Luckily, though, it's the 1st lap, and you kind of want to be in this position on the 1st lap.
Yep, only on the 1st lap. Maybe the 2nd lap you can get away with it, but really this is the time to be so far back if you're going to be so far back. You'll get good items back there. You'll see what you can do, but it won't really matter as you get struck by lightning. We'll see Owen return to his normal size first. There you go. And we'll see it happen to Ege soon, but he will be slowed down for much longer as now he's finally back up to regular size. We are on lap 2 here for both drivers as they get hit by some ink, but Ege already negating that. He is looking good.
And Ege just dominating right off the bat here. It's only the 2nd lap, and he's held 1st for the majority of these first 2 laps here, but you got to be careful here because the longer you stay at 1st, the more the power-ups are going to be not less in your favor, and you might get hit by a blue shell.
Yep, absolutely. Blue shells will be Ege's biggest concern right now. He has a banana peel, but that's not going to do anything to stop the explosion of a blue shell. He really needs to just either build up this lead or be able to give away the lead should some blue shell come his way. But there is another strike of lightning. Owen down in 6th, hits a banana peel even as Ege leads. And there's Toad and Toadette banging carts there. We'll see how that goes. Down to 7th for Owen, though. Red Shell hits Ege, but he is looking really strong as he enters the final lap of the race.
And Owen just struggling to find a footing and get it at a consistent speed. And we're seeing it over and over again. Can't even cross the finish line without banging into the side post there. And he's just really struggling to just find his footing, not get hit, and just get at a consistent speed and get some footing.
It is a really, really difficult circuit. We'll see how the drivers manage it on their last lap. A red shell from Owen puts him up into 4th position, but we'll see, can he gain any more positions as he drops immediately back down to 5th. Ege, comparatively, maintains the lead still. This has been a very, very dominant race from Ege. He's the only man we saw dominate in the 1st round. Will he dominate the entirety of the 2nd round as well? We are yet to see. He is coming up towards the end of the race, though. What is going to happen in these last couple corners?
I'd be really worried if I was Ege right now about a blue shell. It could really just completely obliterate you. Getting a lot of lightning bolts, but they haven't really seen him effective right now. He finally gets overtaken, but takes it right back.
And Ege is your winner in round 1. He crosses the line in P1. It will be 7th for Owen, it looks like it is indeed, and that means Ege will advance to the final round along with Lucas.
And that was just a round where Owen never really found his footing. He never found his ground, never got the power-ups he wanted, wasn't really able to just establish himself in this race at all. And Ege was just able to get such a huge lead, establish himself early, get ahead, get the power-ups, and he just stayed consistent throughout the whole race.
Absolutely. I think we've got an interview with Ege now.
Ege, what a terrific race, and you just punched your ticket to the Mario Kart Tournament Finals here at Algonquin College's television studios, man. And what's the confidence like right now? How are you feeling? You must feel great.
I definitely feel a lot more confident compared to the first round, right? I played against a potential winner. I knocked him out, and looks like I'm in the finals. We'll see.
Man, you had yourself a spectacular race. You kept that first place podium throughout majority of the race. There were a couple times where you fell to second or third, but just off the get-go, man, you were up in first place. You kept it going, and you really had that momentum set from the very start of the race. And very proud of you, good sir. You had a spectacular one, but now you're playing off against Lucas in the finals. Are you a little intimidated in any way?
I saw him playing, so he was a good player. It will definitely be competitive. I will not be confident against Lucas, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, good luck, good sir, and what a spectacular race. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Both of these drivers really know how to win. It's going to be a really difficult final, but going back to the race we just saw, I gotta say, we saw Owen really get his footing in the first round back at Yoshi Circuit. He did a very good job there, but he just couldn't get it going at the second round. Do you think that'll make a difference in this final round?
Well, Ege, as humble as he's been and saying he's really worried about Lucas, he's been the racer that has dominated the most so far. He came in going up against a guy like Brett who said, he was going to come in and win the gold. Ege took him down, and he dominated that race against Brett. He dominated the second race, and now he's going to the final. And, I mean, you just saw him dominate 2 times. Why wouldn't he dominate 3 times? They say third time's a charm. Well, this is the third race. This is time for him to hit it even more than he has before.
Yep, these 2 drivers know how to win, and we've got an interview with the first of them.
Lucas, you're heading in to the last round here of your Mario Kart tournament today. How are you feeling so far?
I'm super pumped. I'm happy to be in the finals because I get the most games possible, but I'm just excited to play. I think this is going to be super fun.
You got 4 games until you can officially declare the throne. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. This is really exciting. Can't wait.
Well, thank you very much, good sir, and best of luck in the finals. We'll talk to you later, all right? Take care. Oh, good sir. It was a little bit of an awkward interview last time with Lucas here, but we have the chance to make this one a better one. As mentioned to him earlier, you're heading on into the finals. How are you feeling right now? Are you pumped? Are you jacked? Is the adrenaline flowing?
I'm pumped. I'm excited. Being in the finals, it's a dream, right?
It's a dream?
It's a dream, and I'm excited. We'll see. I hope it's a good competitive game.
It will be a good competitive game, and don't forget the awkward camera angles here. We'll try not to make it as awkward as possible, but I wanted to mention to you earlier, you got 4 games until you're officially declared the Mario Kart tournament winner here at Algonquin College. So best of luck to you, good sir. Play hard and keep it rough, all right? We wish you the best of luck, good sir, and we'll talk to you later, all right?
I appreciate that.
Take care. We're going to hand this one back over to the commentators.
So we are going into the final now. We have 2 brilliant drivers. As I said, both of them really know how to win. We saw Lucas, he can fight for the win. He can really put in a good battle. Ege, on the other hand, knows how to dominate. That'll be a really interesting dynamic because we'll see Ege, presumably he'll start pulling out early. He'll really do well right at the start, but we could see Lucas be the only person who really knows how to come back up and fight him for that win. And then we'll get to see how is Ege's racecraft.
I mean, I think if you're at this point, it's really hard to bet against Ege. He's just dominated so much. The numbers and the math are on his side, but then again, it's a Mario Kart race. Anything can happen. In a normal race, any kind of race, you wouldn't have red shells or blue shells being chucked at you.
Of course. And on top of that, it's not just one race, it's 4 races. The format for our final will be the Special Cup or the Crown Cup, whatever you want to refer to it as. It will run for 4 races. We'll get to what those tracks are when we get there. Actually, I think you know the tracks if you'd like to read them off to us.
Yeah, we got the Cloud Top Cruise, the Bone Dry Dunes, Bowers Castle, and of course, Rainbow Road. What better way to cap off this tournament than with Rainbow Road as the last potential race today?
And remember, the points-paying positions, there are 12 positions, 15, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are your 12 points paying positions, 1st through 12th there, of course. We are ready for Cloud Top Cruise, though. Let's get ready for a brilliant race and a brilliant championship. It is going to be Yoshi and Iggy next to each other, Ege and Lucas. 2, 3 red lights. We are racing here, and it is a great start for Yoshi. And running in second now with a red shell, Iggy in 4th. That is Lucas, of course. Remember those two, you'll be seeing them repeatedly now. Ege is Yoshi, Lucas is Iggy. And Lucas taking the lead with the green shell. We are on top of a flying airship right now, and that is very, very cool scenes. Thank you to Mario Kart 8 for those kinds of great views flying through the clouds. In 1st is Lucas.
And you know, Lucas dominating right off the bat. Maybe not the storyline we were expecting here. Ege dominated right off the bat in both his first races. Struggling a little bit in this one here, but he's dominating all the other races. I think a little more time here, and he can maybe make up some ground.
Definitely. I think Ege, if there's anybody who can come back from 4th position, it is Ege. He knows how to take the lead, and he knows how to maintain the lead. Let's watch him take the lead eventually. We presume he is in 4th right now. He's got a couple positions to go. Lucas sitting in 1st does get hit by an item there. Our driver's visibility will be restricted now. There was a red shell coming at Lucas, but his 2 banana peels floating around, keeping him safe. They were 3 a moment ago, but one of them saved him from a red shell. Down to 5th for Ege. It's not looking brilliant for him at the moment, but I think I may have just seen a blue shell. Indeed, I did. That is now Lucas's lead at peril.
But luckily for him, Ege a little bit further behind. He's in 5th. He just got knocked off not too long ago by Donkey Kong. He's got to watch out here for a lot of these couple bigger characters. DK is just right in front of him, so he's got to watch to keep getting knocked away by DK and other bigger characters.
Oh, and a good shortcut there for Lucas, taking advantage of the layout of the course, bouncing off a couple leaves, taking a little cut on the final corner. Very well played from him. He blocks a red shell coming his way, but Ege has 2 red shells in store. He will use those wisely as Lucas falls off the track and gets hit by a red shell. He's going to drop positions here. He's falling like a stone. He's down to 4th, 5th now. The 2 drivers suddenly, no bigger gap, and now they're right next to each other.
And what a turn of events here. Lucas dominating, and out of the blue, bunch of contact, and now Ege takes the lead on the 3rd lap.
It is the last lap of this first round of our little championship here, and Ege has now taken the lead between the 2 drivers. He's almost in the lead of the race overall. He's been struggling all race long. Can he stay ahead of Lucas? Lucas is not far behind. You see Ege land now. Lucas is landing now. They are not far apart, and Lucas hits another banana peel. It is looking to be Ege's race. He takes 3rd, and that is the win in the first round between the 2 drivers. Lucas down to 8th. Lucas needs to keep going. He's bleeding points. He's down to 9th.
And what else do you have to say here? Lucas dominating the first almost 2-3 quarters of this game. But at the end, it's Ege who just battled through to the end and was able to eventually take the lead. Lucas tried to hit that shortcut at the end. Didn't work out for him. But wow. And this is exactly what I expect from the final race. 2 racers giving it their all and going at it again and again. And this is what we see here. We got another phenomenal race. This might overtake the Braden James game for the best one that we saw.
Honestly, quite possibly. That was absolutely phenomenal. That was some brilliant racing. We saw Ege struggling throughout so much of the race. He brings himself right up to the front near the end, and Lucas does the exact opposite. He dominated the first 2.5 laps all the way down to 9th at the end of the race. That is round 1 of our little final round championship. We're ready for round 2 now, just about. We are loading in to Bone Dry Dunes.
And you know, luckily for Lucas here, it's not a 1-lap race. It's not a 1-race lap. And he's got a chance here. He's got 3 more races. He's got a chance to come back in this one.
We are just about ready to go here. Ege will be starting from 3rd, Lucas from 9th. We have the red lights up. The lights are out and we are racing here. And it is a brilliant start for Ege, who takes the lead, and that is a dangerous position to see Ege in. We've seen him dominate. Will he do it again? Already in the lead off the start. It's not bad for Lucas, though, who takes the lead himself.
And, you know, right off the bat here, Ege and Lucas just battling for that first place right off the bat. It didn't work out for Lucas last time. We'll see if it worked for him this time.
Ooh, there's a piranha plant, and Lucas just about dodges it. It was very, very close call there, and they are running 1 and 2 now. Lucas in first, Ege in second. Ege gets hit by a red shell though, and he's down to fourth. He's dropping time, and that is bad news for him. Remember, the computer players will affect this. They will gain points from where they finished. Finishing behind computer players will lose you more points. You just want to be as high up as you can, even if it's not ahead of the other driver. You need to be as high up as you can. Lucas in first, Ege in fifth.
And Lucas just so much ground. If you're taking a look at the map here, he's got so much ground on everyone else. Ege's going to make up a lot of mileage if he wants to catch Lucas.
That has got to be the biggest lead we have seen so far. We saw Ege dominate in round 1 and round 2, but now it is Lucas who leads the way, just barely dodging that piranha plant again. Looks like taking a little bit of an alternate route this time. We'll see how that goes. Will it play out well for Lucas? Ege sits in second. He is so far behind, though. He has so much time he needs to make up. You know what? I think a blue shell might just be Ege's only chance to pass Lucas now.
But luckily for Ege here, if he finishes this race in second, it's going to do way better points-wise because Lucas finished way outside of the top 3 here. So he's not going to have a lot of points coming in this one, even if he does get first.
That is true. It'll be 12 points for second place, 15 for first place. Keep in mind that Ege got 10 for third last round, while Lucas only took 4 for ninth. So it's going to be very interesting to see here how it works out, as Lucas can't see really very well right now due to that ink. Managing nicely though, he maintains his lead. It's quite big, but actually I think Ege might be closing in a little bit. We'll see how that works out, but he gets hit by a piranha plant. That is not what Ege needed. Lucas still leads, and it is looking very, very good on this final lap of the race.
If I'm Ege, I'm not worried about passing Lucas. I'm worried about staying ahead of the other CPUs. You don't want to get overtaken. You want to get as many points as possible because it's all looking good for taking first place, but you get second place and you take a lot of points.
As Lucas showboating there a tiny bit, but he wins the race, and that is excellent for Lucas.
And if I'm Ege, I'm completely happy with getting second place here. You're still 3 points ahead of Lucas, despite him getting first. And I think now you get a chance to reset here and go and maybe just got to maybe stop Lucas from getting so far ahead and try to overtake for that third race.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Yoshi in second in the standings there, Iggy in fourth. That means Ege in second and Lucas in fourth. So, very close together. As you said, only 3 points apart. They are looking very, very good. And we are almost ready for round 3. Look at the way this championship is flying by.
And it's still anyone's race here. Ege only ahead by 3 points. This is going to be another tough course for Bowser's Castle. You saw it in the first race. Players got hit with a lot of contact here. You're going to have to watch out. There's going to be even more contact on this race.
This is going to be very, very chaotic. Mark my words. A lot of fire and lava going around here. And we have the 3 lights starting up now. The lights are out and we are racing at Bowser's Castle. It's a good getaway for Ege, who takes the lead right off the start. Nothing Lucas can do. But Lucas now scything back up into first ahead of them. It is a 3-way battle between these two and Donkey Kong. But it is looking good for our 2 players currently who run first and second, but it's getting hit by a wrecking ball for Ege. That is the story of the first chunk of this lap, is Ege getting hit by a couple things, falling a little ways behind as there is a big fiery Bowser smashing Ege just to a pancake. And Lucas, lucky to make it through that unscathed himself, now leads with a pretty sizable margin to Ege once again.
And, you know, Lucas being consistent, pulling away with this one, and he's not getting hit. That's been the big difference so far. Just avoiding contact at all costs, whereas Ege, he's been getting hit a lot so far.
Yep, but the one thing they can't avoid is lightning. Ege and Lucas both getting struck by lightning, and Ege will gain from that because the further back you are, the sooner you return to your normal size having been hit by lightning. And the bigger you are, the more speed you have. So, Ege gains a little bit there as Lucas gets hit by a red shell and falls down to second, third now even. And now we can see Ege right on the back of Lucas again. Ege, not the best of lines through there, hits a fireball. He needs to be careful of this wrecking ball that got him last lap. He's through safely this time. He's not far off the back of Lucas, who sits in second, but there's definitely a gap between them. Ege has some gaining to do.
And, you know, it's been the story so far. Ege still struggling. He's been hit by wrecking balls, fireballs, Bowser's fist, you name it. He has not been able to avoid contact. And he's struggling to gain ground here, but he's back in third. Hopefully, he's going to have to avoid a lot of contact on this third lap if he wants any chance of passing Lucas.
Undeniably, these two are in a brilliant battle. They're locked in together here. The CPU's not far away, but you can see on Ege's screen, you can see Lucas right in front of him. Nearly gets him with a bomb-on. Just about avoids it, does Ege, though. And now we go to the right on our final lap. To the left next, it's going to be a thriller of a final lap. A red shell thrown by Ege, but blocked somewhere along the way before it could reach Lucas. Both of them neck and neck. Ege takes the lead. He slides down the inside for a brilliant move. But can he avoid Bowser?
And he's going to have to watch out. He's really been struggling to avoid Bowser's fist, but he won't get hit this time. Good on him for just getting the right timing on that one.
And Lucas does get hit on the other hand, down to fourth. Lucas has some ground to make up. This is Ege's race to win all of a sudden. I believe there is one section of corners coming up. This is Lucas's last chance. Can he get Ege, or will Ege come the winner of round 3? And Ege gets the victory.
And wow, out of the blue, Lucas dominating. We thought we were going to see a repeat of the last race we just saw, but that is not the case. And Ege will pull away with this one up to 37 points with Lucas just at 28. Lucas is going to need a big last race here, and he's going to hope that Ege gets a big drop-off.
Yep, so we've got some championship permutations here. Should Ege finish in first next round, he will absolutely win. Ege leads the championship. On the other hand, Lucas, if Lucas finishes first, he would need Ege to finish all the way down in 7th place for him to take the championship. So Ege really needs a bad round here if Lucas wants to win this championship. It was looking close. It's been close in all of the races, but the championship spreads out towards the end. We are ready for Rainbow Road.
And luckily for Lucas here, Rainbow Road is the kind of course where if you start off at first, you could end up in last place fairly quickly here. You can fall off at any given moment. You never know what to expect in this course. So hopefully Lucas can maybe get a little luck on the side and come back in this one.
One of the spectacles of Mario Kart. We are here. We are racing at Rainbow Road, and get ready for a thriller because it is Ege out into second right at the start, but Lucas is right there. A bit of contact between the two drivers, second and third here. Ege leads over Lucas, but not anymore as he hits a banana peel. Lucas is in second in the race, but ahead of Ege. Most importantly, the worse Ege does, the better for Lucas. He leads the championship by 9 points. We've got 3 long parts of this race. This is a chaotic track. There is no rest for these drivers.
And if I'm Ege, I'm not even focused on winning. I'm just focused on not getting 7th. I'm just, stay in the middle of the pack, get like 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th. And if Lucas has first, it's okay because you're still going to pull away with this one.
Yep, you just have to avoid finishing 7th or worse if you are Ege. That is all he needs to do. We are on to lap 2 here now, and we have got quite the race underway. We have Lucas, who's just sweeped into first but gets struck by lightning. They are first and second now. Ege will become regular size again first. He'll get a bit bigger first. We'll see if he can make that at his advantage. I believe he has regular size again now. Now Lucas is back up to the regular size, navigating this twisty, turny section, hitting some boosts. They'll get some air time. Who is going to come out of this on top?
Looks like it'll still be Lucas on that one, but it's getting close to neck and neck. And if I'm Lucas, I'm sweating buckets here now. You got to hope that Ege gets hit fairly soon because you need him to drop down in placements if he wants to come back and win this game.
Yep, Ege briefly down to 3rd, but that's nowhere near enough for Lucas. Lucas sits in 1st. He's in a very good position. He's in the best position he can be in, but it all falls down to what happens to Ege now. Ege sits in 3rd, going to the final lap. He is in a really good position. He's up into 2nd even. Ege is looking so strong now. He's finished in all 3 of the podium positions so far in this championship. Lucas has been down in 9th, 4th, and 1st. We'll see where he is this time. It's looking good. It looks like it could be first for him, but it won't be enough if Ege is only in 4th.
And you really got to hope Ege hits with some more contact. He's been getting hit a lot, fairly more than you maybe would have expected in this race, but still, he's keeping strong here, and he's got to stick hard, firm on that 4th place position.
Yep. We are on the final lap of the race here. It looks like Lucas may be the master of Rainbow Road, but will he be the master of Mario Kart? It is time to find out. We are so close to the finish here. Can Ege hold on to 4th place? He gets hit by a banana peel. Lucas is, he gets hit by a red Oh my God, Lucas falls down to third, Ege fourth. Ege wins the championship, and that was so close. Lucas nearly wins the race, can't quite, and it's going to be Ege who wins the championship.
And you know, regardless if Lucas would have finished it first, you still would have pulled away with the game. But wow, what a turn of events here. Ege just dominating this whole entire tournament. And he was a guy who wasn't really confident coming in, facing off against one of the favorites in Brett Ennis, but able to beat him fairly easily, I'd say, and then dominated in and out, and he dominated in the finals too. No one was able to stop that WePlayer connection.
Yeah, I mean, what a brilliant bit of driving from both of our drivers, really. Lucas so fast. You know, Lucas, he showed us constantly he knows how to battle in Mario Kart. That is his strength, undeniably, but Ege just knows how to keep himself centered. Ege does not falter mentally. He is such a strong driver, both just in terms of, you know, how fast he can go, but in terms of the fact he can keep himself together in those difficult moments. And I think we have an interview ready with Ege now.
Ege, you are the champion of the world at Algonquin College in this Mario Kart tournament right here. How are you feeling right now? You destroyed Lucas. You started out from the bottom, now you're here. How are you feeling right now?
I just have butterflies. I don't know what to say. My voice is shaky. I didn't expect this, but it happened. So what can I say? I won.
And you know what? We just got the official worldwide rankings in right now, and you are #1 in the world at Mario Kart. How does that feel?
That's gotta be a lie. I don't trust it.
It's true, bro. From our sources. Our sources down at CNN told us that.
Okay, we gotta trust that. I guess I'm better than most players in the world. What can I say? I'm the champion.
You're the champion. We're so proud of you. Is there anything you'd like to say to your opponent, Lucas, right now before you head off?
It was a great opponent. It was a close call. You saw the points. It wasn't easy at all. He beat me in 1 or 2 races, but I got the most points, so I won. I just want to say thanks to him, thanks to everyone. I'm so happy. I'm pumped.
Well, thank you very much, good sir. And give it up for the #1 ranked Mario Kart champion in the world, Ege Özdal. Congratulations, good sir, and have yourself a great day. We're going to hand this one back over to the commentators, but that's it for Bailey tonight. Take care, guys, and have yourselves a great night. Now over to the commentators.
I mean, first and foremost, a huge congratulations to Ege. That is a brilliant win. Domination really beats Lucas by 8 points. You can see the standings there on your screen. Yoshi is, of course, Ege, 46 points to Lucas's 38. What do you think of that, Russell?
Well, you know, you can maybe even call it an underdog story. Ege coming in, not confident, just coming here to maybe have a little bit of fun, but he just put everything out on the table. He pulled away with this one, and he dominated through every single race he played in. It's truly unbelievable. I think we're witnessing history here.
I agree, and I mean, we saw some brilliant stuff there the first round of the championship. We saw chaos in the last lap, Ege getting ahead of Lucas while Lucas fell way down the order. And, you know, in that last round there even, it wasn't even the last corner it all came down to. It was the last few meters of the track where Lucas lost, 3-4 positions. I think he finished 3rd in that race, Ege 4th. But, Lucas looked like he was going to win that last race at Rainbow Road, and he gets smacked by, 2-3 items? Something along those lines. It was unbelievable.
And on the other end, too, Ege almost dropped down to 7th at one point. He got hit with a bit of contact, but able to maintain that 4th place. And then, of course, Lucas dropped afterwards, as you just said, and Ege was able to pull away with it.
Yep, but I think we are in need of a big thank you to our viewers, a big thank you to our competitors and the people in the booth. Thank you to our host, Bailey Bevan, to the director, and everyone who made this happen. Thank you, most of all, though, to you viewers, you brilliant viewers. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Algonquin TV Broadcasting's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Championship.